I guess on my hair, she look all right. And with that actually sitting there like this creams, and I had to have them, sis. All 5 of them. Here, I just had, we're gonna discontinue it, but I had to pick up their book of shadows, honey. Color grade makes cheap fan, expensive breeze, good times. Wow, so serious. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Torrence here, and today I am showing you all exactly what I am wearing for my birthday. Today you all aren't seeing it, but today I am recording on my 35th birthday. I am a Virgo, September 7th, Virgo gang here. But this is my very first frontal, and you all remember I had so many struggles trying to find a wig that fit. If you all remember the very first time I tried out a wig, I'll make sure I leave that video link right here. It was quality, but it did not fit me, so I had one custom made, and this is it. And as you all can see, honey, the lace is laid, the brows lifted, the face beat, honey, and I am feeling fabulous. This is bae, honey. I know I am single, but I'm looking like bae, honey. I am giving Instagram model full, just glam diva, and I'm like, honey, if that's the vibe you're trying to give off, like, what type of eyeshadow can you really wear? Like, who gives off the I'm that girl, slay to perfection, at least in my opinion, view? KKW, honey. And I'm like, honey, why just stop there? Why not bring Mario in there? He has a lot of talent, so do I. We're gonna do them both. So this is my 35th birthday look, honey. I'm bringing you KKW and Mario realness. I know many of you may not be able to get this palette because it's already sold out and the company is reformulating. But just in case any of you ever decided you wanted to buy the palette secondhand, or if you have it in your collection and you've never used it, I wanted to show you exactly how I achieved this look here, because we already know everybody who used this palette used that blue. So I wanted to do a look that was fabulous without it, and that's what we're going to be doing today for my 35th birthday. So if you want to know exactly how I achieved this look, just make sure you continue to watch. Before I go to bed, I got to get pictures. I got to send them off, family, friends, things like that. Got to see this, including my homegirl, Charlotte. I'll make sure I leave her information down below. You all have to check her out. If you all live or work in Michigan, please check her out. As you can see, this is it recorded in 4K, honey. Y'all know I don't use filters or none of that, honey. You gonna get it or you ain't. But what I'm about to do, prep my eyes. Need to do eye primer because I'm about to do a full face. I'm telling you, I have to do a full face. We just got to see what this is giving. I didn't see it natural. I got to see it beat, honey. So I'll be right back. We're going to prep our eyes. I'm too excited, y'all. Just work with me because this is my birthday. Be right back. First off, let's get into this beautiful packaging. I know it is very simple and minimalistic, but I actually like it like this. It takes it off of the packaging and onto the color story and the formula when you don't have to worry about packaging. And I generally like cardboard because even though these are magnetic, which I love, if for any reason they weren't and I wanted to cut them out, they're a lot easier to take out of the package than, say, something like a plastic container. And on the inside, we have 10 shadows. We have 4 mattes, which I've placed on the bottom row. We have 4 neutral metallics, which are on the top row. And we have 2 colorful, which I have on the end. And I just find that it's easier to look at this color story this way and get a better understanding and find out exactly what I want to do. No fuss, no worries. And to me, this color story looks a lot more presentable than the way it was originally given to us. And here are our swatches. Each color was done only one time except the 2 middle colors, the blue shade Libra and the beige shade Decade. I accidentally did not bring my finger down far enough and it only came halfway. So I did do a second swatch over it just to bring it all the way down. But everything else was one swatch, no primer, and everything appears to be very nice and smooth and buttery for me. This color story just looks the way it seems, neutral with a pop of blue. And this is what the colors look like up close. I wanted to make sure you can see what the texture looks like on real skin. And those matte shades on the end weren't patchy, it was just the way I swatched across that area of my skin. Alright you guys, we are back and we are ready to get started. You already know I'm going to leave everything description bar below. I'm going to leave all tools, all products used, and I'm also going to make sure I leave the order in which I did these shadows here. Right now, I just don't really feel like taking the time going blah, 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 getting it right. So I'll make sure I type the order that I left this palette, description bar, but let's get into this, honey. So we're going to start things off with a large fluffy brush in this matte shade here, Miami. We're going to use this as our transition shade. Hunty, honey, hunty, when I tell you, I have been waiting to use this palette for a special occasion. I truly did not know what that occasion was going to be. I just knew for sure one day I was going to find the guts to finally go ahead and use this palette. I knew for sure I was going to buy it because I've been a fan of Mario for a very long time. I have his original palette with ABH. I'm telling you, I absolutely love that palette for absolutely no price whatsoever. Could anyone even buy it up off me? It's never going to be for sale. And I just want to see what kind of pigmentation we're going to get if we go in with a second layer here. Everything blended out just fine. It's doing exactly what I needed to do, just to be a transition shade. And I think I may go ahead and go in and pour things out too on the outer end here. So we're going to dip back in a little more and just sweep things up and out this way on the outer V. Figured why not? Why not be extra today, Torrence? It is your birthday. And normally I would prefer tones like this. I usually prefer neutral tones, but because it is my birthday and I'm supposed to be trying something new, trying something a little extra, a little special, I'm debating on what I want my next step to be. Not that I like what I've done on this side, I'm going to do the same on the other side and I'll be right back. And honey, I promise you, it may not matter the most, but maybe for some reason you may be buying it secondhand or something because this palette does appear to be sold out on the website. This shadow here is extremely powdery light. But if you do use these, you might want to go ahead, do your eyes first because you may get a lot of kick up. Next, I want to warm up my crease a little bit. Normally, I would prefer neutral tones, but because it's my birthday and we're trying new things, we're going to try to warm this up just a little bit. So we're going to take this shade Albania with a slightly smaller blending brush, and we're going to deepen up our crease just a little bit. Not deepen it up, warm it up. I'm sorry. Baby, and I thought that first shadow gave me some kick up. This second one, even worse. So I recommend doing your eyes first, which I'm glad I'm doing. But we're going to go in and we're going to just warm this up. Oh yeah, see, that looks a little livelier, a little healthier without coming off completely orange. I just want to warm things up a little bit. So I'm only going to do one layer of this color just so it doesn't take over. I'm just liking how that came together like that, honey. And that looks like that would be a nice bronzer shade for me, honey. Go back in, get just the tiniest bit to help warm it, flip this up here. You can clean that up later. We're going to just make sure things look a little bit warm without coming off. It's just completely brick orange like it is in the pan. I wasn't going for that. So I'm going to go ahead, do this on the other side, be right back. Now for just a little bit of depth and drama, we're going to go into this shade here, Loyalty, and we're going to use just the smallest amount to deepen up our crease and outer V. Now I have an even smaller brush and we're going to start at the lowest part of my crease. We're going to go in with that. I want to try to take that between the crease and the outer V before I start diffusing it up. Just want to make sure I don't have too much on my brush left. And we're going to use that once again in the lowest part just to get the color there. And once we have most of it off, we can start to raise our brush up and diffuse that line so it doesn't come off as harsh. We want to try to blend that out before we even put shimmers over it. That way, if for any reason you forget to put shimmer in a spot, you still have a seamless blend. And you can see how this side just has a little more depth and dimension than this side here. So I'm gonna go ahead, do this on the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, I really feel like playing with colors today. I'm not sure how many, but we're gonna try to keep it neutral. So we're gonna start off right here with this shimmer here. I believe this shade is Armenian, and we're gonna use this for the inner part of our lid. And normally I would cut my crease, but today we want to have slightly softer edges. So we're just gonna go in with our colors just as is. That way, the line right here in our crease can be much softer and much more diffused. But she's still going on nice. See, you can see that blinding beam from across the room. She's not quite as metallic as I wanted her to, but she is opaque. Go ahead. Can't get mad at that. She covered everything that she put her on, so gonna do this on the other side and be right back. Now we're gonna take that same brush and layer it right over the first shade. This shade here is Glam, and we're gonna use that for the center of the eye. And I'm gonna use Glam right over where our first shade started to make sure that our transition is seamless. You won't see where one starts and one ends because I'm gonna make show of it, honey. And this shade to me is a little more metallic and a little more opaque. It has a little less fallout, so it's a little better. And for the last of the shimmery shades, we're going to go in with this shade here, Bronzy, and we're going to use that to fill up the rest of our lid. I want to take this and make sure I use it to blend all the colors together so you can't tell where one starts and one finishes. And we're going to use this, going to start with the low down here and help blend that into the outer V. I don't want to take it up as high as I took that other shade. Keep this rather low. Gonna go in with just a bit more just to make sure we have opaqueness. And now you can see how it honestly looks like just one natural gradient from beginning to end. That's what we're looking for. And I was gonna say that's all we're gonna do for the top of the eyes, but I took this shade up a little too high in my crease and I wanna bring some of that definition back. So I'm gonna go back in with my smallest blending brush and our darkest shade here, Loyalty. I'm gonna take the tiniest amount and make sure I knock off as much as possible. And then I'm gonna deepen up my crease just a little bit. I just wanna make sure that this color right here recedes back into where it was. I want just the tiniest bit on my brush. I'm going to use that there and in the outer V. I just want to make sure this color looks dark right here in the socket of the eye. Like such. Now that I'm satisfied with what we've done on the lid so far, I'm going to cut away, finish off the face, and I'll be back to tell you how we're going to finish off the lower lash line. Honey, 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 I am too excited. Had to pull the hair back to get it out my way, but I started doing my makeup and I'm telling y'all, every time I made a decision, I changed it up. So let me go ahead and just tell y'all what we did off camera because I thought we was going to do all expensive stuff or all limited edition stuff. Didn't work out like that. First off, what do we want to do? I was going to wear some strip lashes, so I kept telling myself, okay, just put on a little cheap mascara. It's not going to matter. You putting strips on. So I'm wearing the Essence Lash Princess, the volume mascara. And baby, look at my natural lashes. I only have liner on the bottom lashes. On the bottom line, I don't have any on the top. And I'm like, okay, this mascara was popping so much, I figured we didn't need lashes. We're going to let our natural ones do what we're going to do. Okay, skip that. Then I'm like, okay, get to the face. On the lower lash line, we are wearing the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Demolition. I figured, Torrence, go in with dark brown first, and then if you need a little more depth, you can go in with black. To me, this dark brown was enough, so I kept it pushing. For the lips, I wanted to do something limited edition, but then I couldn't find a limited edition lip liner that I wanted to use, so I'm like, yeah, okay. So we went with the lip bar straight up. Absolutely love this. Have this ombre out as a lip liner. Then I went in and filled things in with the MAC's Nicki Nude. This is the collab with Nicki Minaj. This is sold out, but because it's my birthday, I'm like, Torrence, you just have to wear it. It is just the nicest, prettiest pink. I usually don't wear just straight up pink lipsticks, but because my birthday, Nicki Minaj just showed us pictures of Papa Bear, so I'm like, yes, we got to rock this. For blush, I wanted something nice and soft and pretty, but also limited edition, so I'm wearing the Tom Ford Sheer Cheek Duo in Paradise Lust. It looks like this. It is a duo, but I am only wearing the bottom shade here. I just layered that there just enough so it'll come through, but not completely take over the look. But I wanted to see that soft, feminine, pretty color there. So we have that. And to finish things off, I'm like, Torrence, you want something that is truly going to create a glow, but you don't want the highlighter to be the, like, that girl for the look, like just standing over, taking over. So we skipped over our regular MAC one, and we went in with something else expensive. This is the Natasha Denona Super Glow. Absolutely love this one here. I have it in the shade 02 Light Medium. She's gorgeous, honey. She is absolutely gorgeous. I love this highlighter, and I really wish she would extend the shade range. I believe there's only 3 of these permanent ones. Light 2, my shade, absolutely beautiful. And I'm sitting back like, is there anything else? I don't think so. Foundation and all that, I'll leave down in the description bar. But I am going to come back because I'm like, hunty, we not through. I still want to go back in, add a little more dimension to my lower lash line. So let's grab our brushes. And what I want to do is create the same layer of smoke on the lower lash line that we have on the top. So we're going to go in with a large pencil brush. Start off here with the same shade. Go in, fill her up. We're just going to add just enough to create dimension because the top is already given, honey. So we only need just a little more. We don't want this to take over, honey. But this palette so far has been so beautiful. I am loving it and kicking myself for not using it before now. But when you got a collection as large as mine, honey, it's hard to get to everything. And I kept telling myself I was going to save it for a special occasion. And trust me, my birthday today seems like a special day if there's ever been one in my life. And we are about to be through with this. I want to make sure I connect that to the outer edge. I want to make sure we don't have a gap there. And I want just the pinch more right here in the front. Now we can go in with our next color. Now that we've already blended out Miami, I want to go in and dip things up. So now I have a smaller pencil brush, and we're going to use that with this shade here, Albania, to deepen up our lower lash line. In Hunty, I want to make sure I knock off that excess because I can always come back. But on the lower lash line, honey, it ain't going to be much room for error. And baby, this shade come up way more pigmented on the lower lash line than it did on the top. Gonna make sure we buff EU out. But she ain't giving me no trouble with buffing and blending, so we gonna go ahead and keep loving her. But we dang sure not going in for a second layer of this. Okay, yes, you can see how this side looks a little more smoky and a little more warm than this side. Now for our final shade for the lower lash line, we're going to go into this shade here, Loyalty, in a push liner brush, and we want to get as close to our lashes as we possibly can. And now I want to take this, and I really want to make sure I start on the outer half and get super close and work slow. This is not a race. And plus with a shade this dark, I do not want to take it too low. I just want to help accentuate my natural lashes. And I'm loving the fact that we are doing this with a dark brown instead of a black. To me, black would have been just a little too dramatic and take it over instead of just accentuating. Baby, look at her. Yes, ma'am. I will be right back. Now, the last thing we have to do is highlight our inner corner and our brow bones, and for that, we're going to use the lightest shimmer in the palette, 2008. You all already know I done loaded this little bitty brush up. You can see how much product's sticking off the tip. Because, baby, I love me a poppin' inner corner highlight. And I need this color to stand out and shine. And right there in the inner corner, baby, she doing her job. She is screaming the way I need her to. The thing is, I am looking at that color and looking at my brows, and I'm like, honey, light don't bounce off like that, and that ain't gonna be cute. So I think what we're gonna do is go in with our Anastasia Denona for the brow bone, just to give us a little more natural flair. Cause I don't mind that pop right there in the corner. To me, that's just cute and sexy. Like, ooh, baby. Want to go ahead and get me a little bit more, because I am feeling that. Ooh, the way that's shining on camera, honey, yes. So let me go ahead and just wipe this off. I'm going to grab my highlighter, and Natasha Denona, baby, she pigmented, so we're going to go in with a little bit. I just need just enough to catch the light, because, honey, my brows is already raised, but... Ooh, you see the way that just did? Like, watch this. You see the way that catch the light instantly? Natasha don't play. Honey, yes. Alrighty, honey, it is time to grab our sprays and set everything in place, because, honey, I am too excited to see what this final look gonna look like. So grab your sprays, honey, because you know I'm about to get mad. You guys already know the routine. Fix Plus to give us a glowy do. All-nighter so things last all day. Cheap fan, expensive breeze, good times. And I just thought about it. This is a Patrick Todd fan, so he ain't cheap, but she don't get to interrupt nothing either, honey. Let's keep going. Gonna give this a few more seconds to dry, and I'll be back to give you all my final thoughts. And this is the final look. Want to go ahead, give you all a full face view of things before I give you all my final thoughts. Honey, can't say nothing bad about it. All I can tell you is, honey, I'm feeling pretty. The skin is glowing. I am telling you, these are basically products that I've used before. The only thing I think I've never ever used was the KKW Mario palette. But I am in shock. Off camera, I did sneak back in and add a little Fenty Glow Gloss right there in the center. So I'll make sure I put that in the description bar. I did that when I was spraying, but I'm telling you, honey, this is looking fabulous. This is the very first time I've ever in my life did my foundation with a sponge. Normally I just figure that gives me something extra to clean up, but I'm like, you know what, Torrence? Maybe you will use a little less. Maybe it'll come off looking a little softer. She pretty, I tell you that. And this hair, honey, y'all gonna have to give my girl Charlotte a shout out. I'm telling you, she did her thing. This makeup, the hair, the beats, all together. I'm just sitting back looking like, yes, I am about to have myself a fabulous birthday. I wanted to make sure that I really did record my look and put it out there for you all, because even though I'm about to go spend time with my family, you all have become like a second family for me. And this has easily been like the best birthday of my life. I'm telling you, I've had an amazing day, and I didn't just want to go ahead and get pictures and then just show them to you all. I know you all wanted to be a part of the experience, so I wanted to make sure I recorded this for you. I'm debating on whether I want to come back and do another video later on. If I do, I'll make sure I record that for you all. But right now, I have nothing to do but to go ahead and get pictures and send these out, because everybody's gonna be looking like Torrence. Why we didn't get this? Why you was out looking all plain Jane, and then when you do your makeup, you want to go ahead and send pictures? But once again, I hope you all truly did enjoy today's video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment down below if you all would like to see a full in-depth tutorial on how I actually achieved this face look. I will leave all tools and products in the description bar, but maybe you would like to see exactly how I did it. If I do another face look just like this one, I'll just do something different for the eyes because there'll be no reason to watch that twice. But right now, I don't see anything else to talk about. I'm about to go have a fabulous and amazing time. This has been the best year of my life and worse. It's funny how two of those can happen at the same time, but you have to be able to take your blessings and the punches all in the same time. And I have a truly blessed life, and things will only continue to get better as long as I continue to work harder, have a positive outlook, and have you all with me. So with nothing else, I hope you all remember to practice, continue to stay blessed, and until next time, goodbye YouTube.